Good blessed throwback Thursday, November the 25th, 2021. It's about 11:27 a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter whether you're the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. Doesn't matter if you're dark-skinned or light-skinned, black, white, or any other nationality. I greet you all with that same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. I would say happy Thanksgiving to everybody that celebrated. I don't knock people that do, but any people that's celebrating it, think about when it first started and what was the purpose for it in 1621. That would be about 3 years after the Mayflower brought about a lot of black slaves from Africa. They were celebrating harvest. If you're celebrating harvest in this country here back in 1621, the only one would be celebrating it is those who held blacks as slaves and captives. And they celebrating a harvest that they didn't plant nor reaped, but the slaves did it for nothing. I'm here in Carbondale, Illinois, on the corner of Oakland, 400 block north of Oakland, and the 400 block west of Sycamore, where on March the 19th, 2021, on a Friday, my son was found hung in the 400 block of Oakland Street in the Gaslight Apartments on the 3rd floor in the hallway. And it was cold outside. His t-shirts was found around the corner on the 3rd floor in the 400 block of West Sycamore, building connected to the same building, on the 3rd floor by a white female who claimed she found his t-shirts in front of her house. First, she said at 8 o'clock in the morning, then 12 days later, after this one lieutenant sergeant from the Carbondale, Illinois Police Department interviewed her, or had somebody interview her 12 days later, she changed and said that she found the t-shirts at 11:13 in the morning. And she remember that because she was going downstairs to the 1st floor outside of her building to meet the Walmart food delivery people. But then she seen glass down on the 1st floor, and she remembered she didn't have her shoes on. What normal thinking being would be going outside in the midst of winter to go meet the people who deliver them food with no shoes on? But y'all think about that. The police got my son's shirts, they claim, out of her house, but they didn't try to check for any DNA. But I'm down here to show you something else about this NAACP here in Carbondale, Illinois, working hand in hand with the Carbondale, Illinois Police Department, also with the Jackson County, Illinois Prosecuting Attorney's Office. But just follow me for a minute, will you? Now, this building right here, the 400 block of North Oakland Street, on the 3rd floor here, this in the hallway, that's where my son's body was found hung, shirtless, with his hand balled up, with money in it, where the corner had to pry his hand open to take the money out, but he put it in the body bag instead of giving it to the CSI lady. But his body found up there shirtless. But right around the corner here, his body found hung now with a belt. Remember where we at now. You see where we at, the Gaslight Apartments here. Now, we right here on the corner of Oakland and Sycamore Street. Right around the corner here, some of y'all seen this before, but I'm finna show you something else. Right around here, on the 3rd floor, in the same apartments that's 5-Star Realty. Man found hung in here, and they still don't have security cameras yet. But then this one here, this is 400 Oakland Street. Not Oakland, but Sycamore. And if you can see this here, it's something been on the door since 11/23 from the UPS. But it's a white female in here said that she found my son's t-shirts in this building. Now my son hung in the midst of winter. It was about 46 degrees out there. He found hung around the corner his t-shirts. This female claims she found them on the 3rd floor in front of her door about 8 o'clock in the morning. That's what she first told them on March the 19th when they found my son's body. But on the 3rd floor, she said she found the t-shirts. On the 2nd floor, she said she found a mask that belonged to him. And then she came all the way downstairs from the 3rd floor. Instead of coming down through her stairs here this way, something told her to come over here, right here, and find the axe that was supposedly be related to my son. But now, when I started coming over here investigating, all of a sudden the police detective sent somebody over here to talk to her again. And now instead of her saying she found my son t-shirts at 8 o'clock in the morning on March the 19th, 2021, she changed it and said, oh, I remember now, 12 days later now, oh, I remember now, it was 11/13 because I was getting a food delivery at 12 o'clock from Walmart. Now, she just discovered that, but listen to this. She said she found them. Now all of a sudden she took the t-shirts in her house. She didn't take the mask in her house that she found on the 2nd floor. She didn't take the axe that she found here. But before she got down here, she said, you see this fire extinguisher box? It was broken. The fire extinguisher was missing. And the fire extinguisher was around the corner where my son's body was found hung at. But now, look what her story was. This time, 12 days later, she was coming downstairs for a 12 o'clock pickup from the Walmart delivering her some food. Now, you're coming down in the midst of winter. You find t-shirts with the COVID going on. You find t-shirts in front of your house, in front of your door. You told the police, now you took them in the house. But you come all the way downstairs to the 1st floor and you notice that you didn't have your shoes on in the midst of winter now. In glass down here, so you go back up to get your shoes. But now, when you got your shoes, before you got your shoes, you knew it was about 46 degrees that day, the midst of winter time. But then you coming all the way downstairs, you coming to get your food. I guess the people was gonna deliver it right here where you found the axe at, instead of coming down these stairs here. This is probably one of her baby socks right here. But we know she's a drug addict. You see what I'm saying? No, she hang out with the drug addicts and the drug dealers. But yet, the police didn't, the CSI didn't think it was worthy enough to check for DNA in her house. But I'm not done yet, y'all. Now, I'm finna go down a little bit farther down here on Sycamore here. It's about in the 900 block, but this street here, right here, is Helen. I want you to look at these places over here. Now, right down here now, all the way down here now, 900 block. In this area here, where my son used to hang out with all whites that was on meth and all other type of drugs, I want to show you something now. I showed this before, but I want to show you what type of NAACP we have here. But I want to show you again, something else again. Now, this is what my son hung at in all these little apartments with all these people here. And I know some of these white people that used to stay here, most of them unmoved. But him and a female stayed in this area here before. The female claimed that she found my son's wallet on here wrapped up. Now, I got video to show this used to be 6, 7, 8, but you can see they unpainted it. They trying to cover up a lot of stuff. But how did my son's wallet get way down here? And why didn't the police investigate the white female that claimed she found my son's wallet after he was dead? Tell me why they didn't do that there. Because he was a black man that been to prison, a black man that was homeless, and a black man on drugs. What's the likelihood that somebody gonna find a dead man's wallet all the way down here from the 400 block of Sycamore to the 900 block of Sycamore, wrapped up real nice in a little like plastic raincoat thing? How you doing? All right. I'm just trying to reroute everything with my son. Why don't you say something for me, will you? You ain't scared to say nothing for him?
No.
Huh?
No, I'm not.
All right. This is a friend of my son's right here, and I know she don't. But I ain't gonna even put words in her mouth. But you knew him better enough for him to commit suicide. You know what I mean? You know how. You know my son, even though he got high.
He was resilient. He always tried to bounce.
And he respected you a lot, didn't he?
Well, that's from what I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
He came to my house a lot. I fed him.
Oh yeah, I know. And
walked my dogs.
I know.
It was a mutual respect.
Everybody had their faults. You know, just because a person used drugs, that don't mean they're a bad person.
We had a mutual respect.
They had mutual respect. But I'm just around. I'm just making my rounds back around, and just wondering why they ain't prosecuting the female that found his, well, not found, but had his food stamp card. A school teacher spending it while he was dead. A school teacher. Now, if you or one of your military sons would have got caught spending my son's food stamp card, y'all be in jail. Where would you be at? Be honest.
Be in jail.
Be in jail. Now that's privilege, ain't it?
A guy busted my windows out here.
Huh?
A guy busted my windows out
How
here.
long ago?
2 years ago.
And what they do? Nothing.
The landlord didn't fix it, and he never went to jail.
What about when they came over here and tried to rob y'all? Nothing.
And my son got shot.
My son, remember my son got shot around the same time when they was giving out them stimulus checks.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. There was me, my son, one of their friends, and so that's what four. They thought 4 stimulus checks was in this house.
But I just want to let you know I appreciate you.
My boys made it through Iraqi freedom and never got shot till they got home.
Ain't that something?
They got blown out of a Humvee, one did, and another one.
Yeah, I met both of your sons.
They injuries, but they never got shot.
I met both of your sons, and they some nice guys, you know. You know what I just don't like.
You must miss yours.
Some of these people know what happened. I know some is scared to talk. You see what I'm saying? But you know one thing about God. God don't let no wrong be covered up forever, do it.
What you do in the dark, you're sure
it's gonna come to light. Tell your sons, thank them for their services.
Happy
happy Thanksgiving to you too. Yes, ma'am.
God bless.
And God bless. I know you said you'll be moving it a little bit.
Well, we're all the way packed up now. So
okay.
In the next few. Yeah. And got my phone stolen.
Yeah, I know.
3 days after.
Police don't want to do nothing for certain people. But no. let somebody I get it in a minute. But I'm gonna end this one here for right now and head over by the school. Now I want y'all to take a look at this here. I'm in Carbondale, Illinois. This is the Carbondale Illinois Community High School rebound. This is where people come that didn't make it into the regular high school and had problems. It's a white female school teacher in this same building here that the police department know, and the Jackson County, Illinois prosecuting attorney know, who run the area for Carbondale, know that she had my son's food stamp card. They've been knowing since May of 2021. My son been dead since March of 2021, and they caught her spending my son's food stamp card on April the 29th, 2021, some 30 days later, 29 or 30 days after my son's death, and they haven't prosecuted her yet. They haven't arrested her yet. On September the 23rd, 2021, the prosecuting attorney told me in front of two preachers, one from Marion and the other one from Florida, asked me did I want him to prosecute this woman. Now, if a black person was doing that, what would they do? I just want to show y'all another thing going down here. This is the Rebound school here, but right down the street, around the corner here, I want to take y'all to a area where there used to be the gym around the corner here. Is called the Dentman Center. That's DENTMON. And I want to show y'all something, how the NAACP criminal justice chair, working hand in hand with the prosecuting attorney, they opening up this gym again, which was closed down for a while because the blacks, the Denmark, it was a brother that used to play basketball in this town. He was a real good basketball player, and I think they named it after him. But this gym right around the corner, the chair for the NAACP here in Charleston, Carbondale, Illinois, I don't even think she lived here, but she working hand in hand with the prosecuting attorney and a few other people. The prosecuting attorney said he's giving some of the funds that they get from drug dealers to fund a night basketball team here at this Denmark Center from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning, from 14-year-olds to, I believe, 20-something-year-olds, to keep the people from off the streets. That's a good thing. But the chair of the NAACP here in Carbondale, Illinois, she's a part of just about every organization that you have down here, and most of them women organizations, and all of them getting grant money. Now, I filed a complaint with the NAACP here with the chair and the president on May the 11th via email of 2021 concerning my son's death in the Carbondale, Illinois Police Department unjust investigation, which they said that my son committed suicide. Not damn time did she meet with me. On November the 19th, 2021, on my dad's 94th birthday, may he rest in peace, thank him for his service in the Rural War II, she took pictures in this place with one of the first games that they had. They said that they're going to deter the people from shooting and killing. How many of the drug dealers and how many of the people that's out here shooting, they said most of the shooters is coming from Marion, Mount Vernon, Cairo, and other places. How many of them you think they'll come in here and sit down and play basketball instead of continue their shooting? But my thing is, if she can come and go hand in hand with the state's attorney, why ain't they asking that white female and her husband be prosecuted for having my son food stamp card? And you know, I see some of the things that's going on in this town now. I just had a conversation with somebody, and their thing was that my son was a grown man, and he was a drug addict, and you know, the man that the woman that had my son food stamp card, her husband is not liable You see what I'm saying? Because he didn't do it. He got the card from them. And they use other people's cards. Peace be still. I'm here in Carbondale, Illinois still. This here is the Center for Empowerment and Justice. I'm here because this is a place where people come. You see what they got at the end, justice. This is where people come most times to try to get help. My son was one of those that came here to try to get help before he was murdered in this town. The police would tell you that some female that was in here when my son was in here, they don't have no month, date, time, year, or any of this here. Said that some female in here said when my son was in there, when she was in there, that he robbed her by putting his hand in her pocket and running off with $100. Now, she said she didn't press no charges. Who gonna let themselves get robbed? Or who in this place here would have $100 in their pocket? But my bottom line is the individual whose wife is white, school teacher, works for the Carbondale Illinois Rebound High School, had my son's food stamp card. When he was alive and dead, my son was getting $234 cash, food stamps, and $95 cash. And the guy who worked in here with these people, volunteered, I think, I don't know, but passing out food and doing other things. Him and his wife was playing on homeless people getting their food stamp card. But let me show you how him and his wife did. And he's a Muslim, he's black, but his wife is white. Let me tell you what he did. He had my son, my son was getting $234 worth of food stamps and $95 worth of cash. He told the police him and his wife was giving my son $95. If they was giving him $95, that means they wasn't giving him no money at all, because my son didn't know he was getting $95 cash already. But he told me he was giving him $35. Whatever he was giving him, the prosecuting attorney know about it. The NAACP president and their chief executive criminal department CEO know about it. The police department know about it, and they ain't doing nothing about it. Nothing at all. You know why, don't you? Y'all think about it.